Morning, everybody. It is your favorite real estate coach, Lauren Kime. Now, I know some people think commercial real estate is about marketing and emails and fancy CRMs that promise to do everything except close the deal for you. We've got drip campaigns, social media ads, postcards, enough email automation to make a robot blush. And I talk about campaigns all day long, but here's the truth. Commercial real estate is still a contact sport. If you want to win, you've got to get off the bench and make the calls, shake hands, and have conversations. Sure, we all love good marketing campaign, the kind that makes our phones ring. But marketing only gets someone aware of you. It's the human connection that gets them to trust you. Think about it. Nobody ever said, wow, that automated email really understood my needs perfectly. I think I'll list my $5 million property with that bot. Real success in this business still comes from talking to people, listening, understanding, and helping them solve real problems. So today, we're going to talk about how to bridge that gap, how to turn awareness into actual relationships, and relationships into business. Because in commercial real estate, if you're not making contact, you're just keeping the bench warm. So let's get started. Helmet's optional, but enthusiasm is absolutely required. Now, every commercial real estate professional wants to build a business that people notice, right? And it all starts with visibility. Your campaigns, your emails, your letters, texts, social media, postcards, and digital ads are what tell the market I exist, I'm active, I'm alive, and I'm worth knowing. Think of these as your first handshake with the marketplace. Emails put your insights right in front of decision makers. Letters, yes, old-fashioned letters, cut through the digital noise, especially handwritten ones. Text messages spark instant engagement. Social media shows off your expertise and your personality. And digital ads, too many of us don't even do this, but they make sure your brand shows up right where your prospects are scrolling. Now, when you combine all these touch points, you create a symphony of awareness, a steady, professional presence that keeps you top of mind when opportunities arise. But visibility, while essential, is only the first step. Now, here's the critical distinction every broker has to understand. Awareness is not the same as connection. You can have the most impressive marketing in town, thousands of impressions, hundreds of opens, dozens of likes, and still never get a call back. Because visibility gets you noticed, but it doesn't build relationships. The real difference, connection requires conversation. It's not about broadcasting, it's about engaging. It's that shift from being seen to being trusted, from being recognized to being chosen. So yes, marketing gets your foot in the door, but it's the personal outreach, the calls, the meetings, and the genuine dialogue that turn prospects into clients and clients into advocates of your business, which is really what we're looking for. Now, once you've established that visibility, the next step is credibility. Webinars, market updates, and educational videos are credibility building tools. We have lots of training on those. They show the market that you don't just sell commercial real estate, you understand it. You know the numbers, you know the trends, the opportunities. When prospects watch you analyze data, explain complex lease structure, or talk through cap rate shifts, they start to see you differently. You move from being just another broker, just another salesperson, to being an advisor. Educational content positions you as the authority, someone who doesn't just facilitate transactions, but understands how those deals create value. People start forwarding your content, they quote your insights in meetings, you become the go-to resource. But here's the truth, and I know it stings a little bit. Credibility alone doesn't close deals. Let me say that one more time. Credibility alone doesn't close deals. You can have a great reputation, a strong presence, and brilliant market reports. But if you're not personally connecting with prospects, all that credibility just lives online instead of in your pipeline, where you want it. Now, here's the gap that most brokers fall into. It's that space between being known and being chosen. We all build awareness through marketing. We earn credibility through educational content. But the real transformation from recognition to revenue happens in direct conversation. Most brokers stop at credibility. They post, they share, they teach, and then they wonder, why aren't the phones ringing? Why aren't those calls coming in? And the answer is simple. You haven't invited the conversation. You haven't made it personal. You've broadcasted information, but you haven't built a relationship. That's the missing link, turning one-way credibility into a two-way dialogue. Because until you start having real conversations on the phone, or in person, or face-to-face, you're just the voice they know, not the broker that they trust. This is where the magic really happens, when you move beyond the screen. You can post, you can email, you can text, but when you pick up the phone, when you schedule a meeting, when you actually speak with a prospective client, that's when everything changes. That's when trust becomes personal, opportunities become tangible. The prospect who politely ignored your 10th email suddenly starts talking when they hear your voice. The property owner who tossed your postcard, well, they'll respond when you show up at their building. And that investor who scrolled past your LinkedIn post, they finally take your call because you've shown genuine interest in their needs, not just the next deal. So here's the real talk. Digital marketing opens doors. It really does. But conversations help you walk through them. Every top producer in commercial real estate knows this. Success doesn't come from posting more. It comes from converting marketing touch points into meaningful dialogues. And that's the real connection. That's what we're looking for. Now let's talk about one of the least glamorous, but most powerful truths in sales. It takes persistence. Studies in sales psychology and about every broker's real-world experience show that it typically takes more than 6 direct contacts before a prospect starts to engage or do business with you. Too many of us stop after the first call. That's not where you're going to get business. So why do we need at least 6? Because trust builds over time. That first call might create awareness. The second might add credibility. The third shows consistency. The fourth demonstrates commitment. You're still out there trying to get hold of them. The fifth proves you're serious and you're not going away. And by the sixth, you've earned the right to have a real conversation. This isn't about pestering people. It's about showing consistency, persistence, and genuine communication. And I have to tell you, even if they ghost you for the first 5 calls, on that 6th one, when they do call you back, what's the first thing they always say? Hey, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. That's what they say. They don't say, why are you bothering me? They say, I'm so sorry. Every touch point you make, though, should add a value. A market update, a new opportunity, or maybe simply a check-in. Hey, I was thinking about you because we had this other property that, whatever. The moment you demonstrate that you're consistent, reliable, and relevant, you're not just another broker. You're the one they trust to call when they're ready to actually make that move. And here's where everything we talked about comes together. Think of this as your growth formula or your formula for growth. Awareness creates opportunity, credibility builds trust, but connection drives commitment. Your marketing channels, emails, social media, texting, advertising, that puts you on the radar. That's how you earn awareness. Without visibility, you simply don't exist in your prospect's world, do you? Then through educational content, your webinars, your market reports, your insights, you build credibility. Prospects begin to see you as an expert, someone who understands their challenges and their opportunities. But at this stage, trust is still distant. It's respect, not relationship. And then that final step, connection, is where everything changes. When you pick up the phone, meet for coffee, or walk through a property together, that's when digital trust turns into real partnership and when your marketing investment finally pays off. Connection is the catalyst that turns potential into a partnership with that client. So here's the truth. Your next deal probably won't start with a click. It's going to start with a conversation. Think about your best transactions, the ones that created the biggest commissions, the longest relationships, or opened unexpected doors. How many of them began because somebody filled out a form online? There may be a couple, but probably very few. Most likely they started with a phone call that led to a coffee meeting, a cold call that led to uncovering a hidden need, or a follow-up that hit at just the right moment when they needed you. That's where deals are born, in real conversations. The most valuable currency in commercial real estate isn't clicks or likes or leads, it's conversations. And the most successful brokers don't just market. They systematically convert their visibility into meaningful dialogue. They turn recognition into revenue, one conversation at a time. So let's bring it all together with an action plan. Step 1, audit your current mix. Take a hard look at your marketing channels. Are you consistently creating awareness across email, social media, direct mail, and ads? If you're not, you've got to do that. Fill in the gaps, strengthen your visible foundation, your visibility out there. Step 2 is to enhance your credibility. Start sharing your expertise. Host quarterly webinars or monthly webinars or bi-weekly webinars. Publish market updates or share short video segments in insights, a 60-second commercial real estate update. Position yourself as the market expert that your clients turn to. Step 3, systematize your outreach. Build a follow-up system that ensures 6 or more touch points with every single prospect. And mix your digital communication with personal calls and meetings. Track your follow-ups like you track your deals. And finally, step 4, measure what matters. Don't just count clicks. Don't just count impressions. Track actual conversations, meetings, and relationships formed. In commercial real estate, success is measured in connections, not impressions. Now remember, marketing gets you noticed, credibility earns you respect, but conversations, real, consistent human conversations, are what get you hired. Again, I'm Lauren Keim, your personal real estate coach. Anything you need, let me know.